From now on, the official WhatsApp Business API will practically be free. And in this video, I am going to explain why this latest update launched by Meta. For those who still do not know or are not familiar with the API, it is the premium version of WhatsApp for large companies, which now with this update, even small and medium-sized businesses will have access to. So now I'm going to explain what this whole price update consists of and why I told you it's going to be practically free. For those who are new here, you might not know what the API is. Basically, it is the premium version of WhatsApp for businesses where you can do automations, integrations, campaigns, chatbots, multi-agent, and many more features. And in fact, I will provide you with a platform to try it for free if you are looking for this solution. So let's go to my screen. First, the API is charged. Before, how did the payment process work? As follows. And I will explain it to you in parts. You had conversations that were categorized in service. What did this consist of? If a client writes to you, meaning they start the conversation, that was in the services category, and normally Meta gave you 1,000 free initiated conversations per month, which means you could receive 2 messages per month from 500 clients, right? Today they write to you, okay, and within a week they write again. That was already counted as 2 conversations. So if you received 1,200 conversations, you had to pay for those 200, so you only had 1,000, no? Clearly, it didn't make sense to me. I mean, it's like renting a place and having that limitation of, you know what? You can only receive 1,000, and if you want more, you have to pay. And it didn't make sense, and not many companies could access the API precisely because of that. And what has changed now? Starting from this year, they just launched it a couple of weeks ago, that from now on, you will have unlimited messages initiated by your client. It doesn't matter if 10,000 or 20,000 clients write to you, you won't pay anything, $0. And this is a big change to protect the wallets of those of us using the WhatsApp API. For example, at WhatTicket, we use the API to communicate with our clients, and normally a client writes to you more than 3 times a month. I mean, they can write to you today, tomorrow, and in a few weeks. So if it exceeds 1,000, you would have to pay, but now that has disappeared, and it doesn't matter through which medium they write to you. Before, it was also categorized. If they write to you from ads, you don't pay. If they write to you from Facebook, you don't pay. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if they write to you from TikTok, email, website, QR posters, you won't pay anything for service conversations. But there are also new changes coming in terms of cost. For example, before, the marketing category will now move to charging per conversation to charging per message. What does this mean? For example, before you paid a fee to start a conversation, and within those 24 hours, which was a window they opened for you, for example, now you send a marketing message. Hello, we have such an offer. And after that, you could send about 3, 4, or 5 more. And for all those, you only paid 1 cost. Now it's going to change. In what sense? That starting in April 2025, each message will be charged, and this will allow you to be more strategic with your marketing campaigns in this category. For example, if starting in April, you send 3 marketing messages under the template, you will have to pay for those 3. And before, for 24 hours, you sent about 5 templates and only paid for 1. So this also makes sense because your marketing strategies will be more focused. Now, what about the utility templates that will now be free? What are the utility templates? For example, here are templates for travel notifications, shopping cart confirmations. How did it work before? Each of these messages had a cost. I mean, it doesn't matter. For example, if I send a shopping cart notification today, about 3 to 5 messages, I was charged for all of these, that is for the 5. And how will it work from April of 2025? Within the first 24 hours, you can send free updates. What does that mean? For example, let's take an example in e-commerce. Bought a shoe. First message, purchase confirmation, purchase. Second message, billing. Third message, it could be a subscription, I don't know. All these messages will be free during the first 24 hours, which is when the sale is open. I know the topic of API pricing is a bit complex, but I try to simplify it as much as possible. Anyway, I will leave you the official page where you can see in more detail how they will be charged starting next year, but the big change is that the services will now be completely free. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, how do I use this? Where? How? You can use all these functionalities on any of the platforms that offer you this service. Pues eres even if you are a developer, directly from Meta. But I am going to introduce you to WhatTicket, my platform specialized in chat automation, and within WhatTicket, we have the official API. How can you try it for free? You come to Connections. First, you register at whatticket.com. You go to Connections and click on Configure the app. And where do I add the marketing messages and all that? Here in the message templates. Here you add your campaign messages, notifications, and choose the marketing category. You have utility, authentication, the language, select the connection, and that's it. You already have your template, so you can start these conversations or campaigns with these clients. For example, here I am going to choose template 3 and I can send it. We have many videos within the platform, so you can find out what things you can do with WhatTicket. If you want automation, chatbot, multi-agent campaigns, WhatTicket is the solution for you. Any questions you have regarding prices, leave them here in the comments and I will be responding to you. So see you in the next video.